Hello, Stacy. This is Jay. I promised I'd get back with you on a couple of tips that would help get you set up with a Twitter account. Just real quick, basically the idea, and I'm sure that you're probably familiar with this as far as um, the social marketing aspect, or the Facebook and the Twitter things that you can be doing helps. It helps by pointing traffic to a website. I call them influence engines because search engines like Yahoo and Bing and Google directly drive traffic, but these major search engines use information and different things from what I call influence engines, which are things like Twitter and Facebook and Yelp and other social sites. They have an influence on the scores and on the rankings that Google uses for ranking the major content and stuff that it delivers on the top search results. So that's part of why. Long story short, that's part of why um, Facebook and Twitter is important. Let me take you real quick to this. I'm going to give you this link in the email. Scroll through here. This will give you some tips on creating and setting up a Twitter account. Facebook's probably going to be more important setting it up. I wanted to give you a heads up on this one because some of the things he suggests in here are going to be particularly in creating a name and a quick little short bio that is keyword specific. And when you're talking about keywords, you want to focus on keywords specifically catered to, like auto insurance Logan, Utah, or home insurance in Logan, or Logan, Utah auto insurance. Those keywords are going to be important to target when you're setting things up and creating your little blurbs and bios and things like that. It's important to have a name, and this is why I wanted you to start thinking about. I wanted to give you the Twitter first, is because I'm sending an email to Ed and making a proposal for an autoresponder, which is going to be a phone number essentially where people can call. That phone number is a tracking phone number, and that tracking phone number would be a good idea to use right there in the name for your Twitter profile. That way, wherever you post, whenever you post, through all your posts, that ends up being central. So they recommend it in this little thing that I'm showing you here to use a phone number in the name, which would be ideal. You could use your regular business phone, the 5300 could work there as well. But it would be better if it was a phone number that had a marketing message that people could call 24 hours. He recommends a 24-hour phone message in this little setup in here, but what I'm proposing to add is a different service, so I wouldn't follow the links to the service they're offering here, but it does give you the idea and the concept of what we're trying to achieve. You'll see shortened URLs, and in this case I would use Google URL shortener, this one. Insights, for example, auto insurance and home insurance is going to show you the difference between auto in blue and home in red. These are just stats that this site is going to be pointing out when you're doing some keyword research. A lot of this might be going over your head, and it's probably more information than you expected or need, but at the same time, it's if you follow the stuff, especially at the first, and setting things up, it's going to give you an idea on how to optimize a Twitter page setup. So without taking any much more time, scroll through this. If you have questions, please call. I'll be happy to answer questions and talk you through setting up a Twitter profile so that it's optimized for the best that you can make it in delivering the results you want to achieve. Thanks, and we'll talk to you later.